All right, now we took you all to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We showed you how to catch the flounders, how to find them, how to clean them. Now we're going to show you how to cook them, and there's no better place to do that than White Oak Garden and Estates with our friend Chef John Folse.
It's always nice to have, look, things brighten up when y'all show up.
You're the
around
second
here.
stage. You know, we go out and catch them and bring them in, show people how to catch them, and then you show them how to clean
Well, ain't no use catching them if you don't know how to cook them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, it's always great to have y'all here at White Oak, and I appreciate y'all calling upon me to do, because I know you're always going to leave some of that prop here.
We're not going to leave much. We'll leave a little bit.
I'm going to make sure you leave it some.
Well, tell me about this Stuffed Turbans of Flounder recipe.
Well, you know, the turban was a hit in early New Orleans with Nathaniel Burton. He was one of the great African-American chefs who wrote one of the first cookbooks in early New Orleans. And Nathaniel, in his cookbook, did this stuffed turban of flounder. And everybody went crazy. The restaurants started to emulate it. They started to use it in the restaurants. They started to stuff it with different things. And it became a big, big hit. So when I opened Lafitte's Landing, I discovered this out of his cookbook, and it became one of the big hot dishes of Lafitte's Landing, the stuffed turban of trout. But now today we're going to use flounder. So why would you use flounder instead of trout? Let's talk about that, or would you?
Well, flounder's a great fish. It's a white, flaky, delicate flavored fish, and they're pretty easily accessible too.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a little butter here. You ready to get started?
Let's get going.
You're gonna stir here, and I'm gonna go ahead and onion, celery, bell pepper, garlic, as always. Can't cook in Louisiana without it.
No, sir.
So I'm gonna stir that around real nice. And I am using butter, and I cook it just enough to where the butter starts to brown a little bit, because that's gonna give an enhanced flavor to the dish. So I'm not thinking that the butter is burning, it's browning, and that's giving it that good additional flavor. So now that the vegetables are sauteing, the stuffing is gonna have a couple of different seafoods in it. We're gonna go with shrimp. First of all, now you know it's gotta be good, right?
Oh.
I mean, we
you
can
can't
stop,
go wrong
we
with
can
shrimp.
stop right here. Yeah, we can actually stop right here. This would be a good enough dish on its own. But and I encourage my cooks all the time, don't overcook it. It's going to cook again in the oven. You want to keep some of those seafood juices, some of that shellfish flavor. You don't want it all cooked away in the skillet. You want to curl the shrimp really nicely, and then stop it at that point with the realization that it's going to go into the oven. So you got that going pretty good there, right? So now we're going to throw in our crab meat. Now look at this. Huh? You talk about, is this going to be good or what? Huh? I tell folks all the time, you don't have to ask the question if it's going to be good, just look in the pot. Now I'm going to throw in a little color, as we've already done. I'm going to put some fresh seasonings in there. I'm going to put a little of the red, and of course the bell pepper in there. And look at that stuff.
Gets back to that eating with your eyes.
Yeah, and you know already it's going to be good. You can look at it and tell. I'm going to add a little bit white wine to it. That'll kind of put some more moisture in. And of course I have a nice shellfish stock as well. Now, of course, I'm going to season it a little bit, as always. A little salt, a little pepper, a little granulated garlic. And I say a little bit because I'm using seasoned Italian breadcrumbs as well. So if I over season with that, then of course I'm going to...
get those good
what other fish would you use? I'm using flounder here.
Trout, speckled trout would probably work. White trout.
Yeah.
Probably a sheep's head.
Yeah.
Would be a good thing.
No, absolutely. Well, that's another thing I want to. Often people say, "Well, I saw this dish, you know, the stuffed turban of flounder." I said, "Well, did you try stuffing anything else into it? Only flounder? Did you try something else?" And a lot of times people get hooked up that this is a flounder recipe. No, it's not. It's whatever fish you have.
Exactly.
This gives you a clean the freezer opportunity. Think about that too. Think about all that last year's shrimp, that last spring's crab, whatever it's going to be, and think that this is what we're going to do with it. Whether you put it in the flounder, or whether it's going to be in the casserole. Now I'm going to put some seasoned Italian breadcrumbs in here. Now look, heavy whipping cream. You know, in Louisiana, we know how to eat, right? Huh? We know how to eat.
Is there such a thing as light whipping cream? All I know is a heavy whipping cream.
dish, right? I mean, it really is nice. Nice looking dish. You want to come over here and we'll stuff
All right,
it.
let's do
we'll
that.
Stuff a couple of them. You can leave that right there. I'm going to turn that fire off.
All right,
Are you
these
ready
are
to
our
go?
flounder fillets here.
Yeah, so what we'll do is take them and just put a nice little chunk right on the tail there and just roll them over
I
to
like
the
to
top.
put a lot, you know.
Oh, yeah, well, you can put as much as you want. That's the good news. Once you do that, you put it in that oven, and the next thing you do in the recipe, you walk over and you lock the screen door.
Keep them out.
Keep them out. You want to know why you're
yeah.
locking the screen door? Take a look at this. Man, just look at
A little
that.
squash on the side.
Ooh, look. What else you want, right? Huh?
There it is.
Folks going into the restaurant, they're going to be hunting for this, and they're going to be calling you up. You're in
They're
trouble.
going to put those flounders to good use, we call it.
You're in trouble now. You're in trouble now.
There it is, stuffed turbans of flounder.
Beautiful dish.